What is up, Gemini? Welcome to your general timeless reading. These are timeless, so whenever you see this is when it's most meant for you. These are also general, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't force it to fit. Check out your sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter placement on my channel. Other than that, if you want a personal reading or Reiki session, I am a master Reiki practitioner. Go ahead and book your session down below through my website in the description box. I do have a promo, the spring sale, 15% off all my services now through April 20th, 2021. That discount code is in the description box for you guys, so go ahead and use that. I also have free readings being given out to all brand new tier 2 and 3 patrons now through April 20th as well, so go ahead and check that out. If you want to join our Patreon family, that's where I do the monthly readings, energy shift readings, moon cycle readings, and weekly Patreon only videos. And also if you want to check out Vimeo, that's where you can purchase your monthly reading. That is a general reading for you guys as well. Those are the ones I post on Patreon. So I do have a cold or really bad allergies. I don't know which one. So bear with me if I'm a little sniffly throughout this reading. But Gemini, let's get into it. Let's see what's going on for you guys. Let's use Cosmic Tarot for you, Gemini. Cosmic. All the tarot decks I use are going to be linked down below in the description box. Okay, so if you want to check them out, purchase them. They're all down there for you. Show me what I most need to see for Gemini, please, Spirit. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Gemini. Five of Cups in reverse. And the Sun. This feels like resurrection kind of energy. It feels like someone who's coming out of like hibernation in a sense. Someone who's been really almost depressed for a long time, honestly, or coming out of a breakup. Someone who's been... The Five of Cups does not feel good. And Five of Cups in reverse typically is like, I'm over it. Like, I feel great kind of energy, which is really strange. The Five of Cups actually feels really bad here. It feels like someone who's really been sulking or in a dark place for a long time. And is finally, I feel like this is a future energy with the Sun. Some of you might just be stepping into the Sun energy. But for majority of you, I feel like this is an energy that is coming up, which I really, really like. If you've been feeling like down in the dumps, struggling to get yourself into a higher frequency, I do feel that this energy is really going to be coming in relatively soon, which makes sense because we do have the new moon in Aries this Sunday, the 11th. I know it's a timeless reading, I'm just saying. It is happening at 10:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at 22 degrees Aries. So check out where that is in your chart to see how it's going to affect you. Then you have the Four of Wands, Aries energy, and then the Three of Cups, Cancer energy. And it is going to be affecting Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, the cardinal signs, the most. So if you have any strong placements in those signs, go ahead and prepare yourself. You know, it's going to affect everybody, but I'm just saying. Those signs are definitely going to be feeling it a lot. Four of Wands, Aries, Three of Cups, Cancer. Yes, this is getting out of a period of almost like hibernation and isolation where you might have been feeling somewhat depressed or even lacking. It feels in regards to like your success. It doesn't feel in regards to, it can be in regards to connections. It feels more so in regards to self-worth, honestly, in your stability. This feels like, okay, I'm ready to get back into the world, right? The Sun is kind of like the rebirth, spring. We just entered spring equinox when we entered into Aries season. And now we have the Four of Wands, which is stable foundations. And the Three of Cups feels like new soul tribes, new connections, new relationships. I really like this. It's all new energy, which makes a lot of sense because Aries is the first sign in the zodiac. It is about self. It is about new beginnings. It is about rebirth. And we have that new moon, which is bringing in a lot of new energy. Be mindful when we have all of this new energy, it does mean that old things need to be released. So if you have not been releasing a lot of things, you probably will not be welcoming in a lot of things. So I'd suggest getting rid of some stuff. Let's continue. Oh, I feel so nasally, it's horrible. Temperance in reverse. It's the give and the take. Empress in reverse. Chariot. Look at all these majors and the Four of Swords. Yeah. Okay, so Temperance and the Empress in reverse. I just heard struggle to let go. some of you can be this Empress, others of you could be struggling to let go of an Empress. And with the Chariot, this is the momentum forward that's going to be coming in. I feel like this is that Sun energy that's trying to come in. But with the Four of Swords in reverse, that Libra energy, it's almost like we can't move forward, we can't chariot our way out of here quite yet, because we do need to release this Empress energy. We can't, whether you're the Empress, you give to your detriment to other people, there needs to be this balance, has to be restored, right? We can't keep holding on, either using this Empress as a crutch or being the crutch for other people, right? Because an Empress in reverse is someone who really depletes their energy for the sake of others, right? They pour a lot of themselves into the relationships and they forget about self-care. So whether you're the individual doing that or you allow another individual to deplete themselves for your sake, it's an imbalanced connection, right? There's a need to heal that aspect and whatever dynamics going on, so you can have more stable foundations and you can have a reconciliation with an Empress energy, or you can call in a healthier soul tribe that's going to help you move forward, okay? But it's about seeing how things that did not work in the past, right? The Five of Cups energy that didn't work, shining the light on that with the Sun, having that aha moment, the illumination, to bring in that stability, to bring in that joy, that happiness, that reconciliation, so we can have that balance, so we can have that coming together, so we can do that healing and move forward, okay? I don't know why this Empress kind of feels oblivious, though, to be honest with you, which is really strange for an Empress energy. If this is someone that you're dealing with, I don't think that they're going to be anticipating you being aware of the imbalance in this connection. I think this Empress knows that they give to their detriment, but I don't think that they're aware that you see that they're giving to their detriment. And I think that it's actually going to be very healthy and shocking for them to hear, like, hey Empress, you've been giving a lot to me and I want you to focus more on yourself, you know, and I can do this for myself. I don't need you to give so much to me. So whether this is your parent or whether this is your friend, like, I see that you're depleted. Like, please focus more on yourself. Like, I'm capable of taking care of myself. I don't need you to give so much to me. Like, that's actually going to really help this dynamic. That's kind of what this feels like. It feels very nice. Okay. It feels very good. I'm so sorry, guys. I know. That's why I'm bumming it today. I just do not feel good. So just bear with me. Just bear with me. I'm going to be using Sun and Moon Tarot. I'm not concerned with the overall energy. Let's look at the Five of Cups. What are we letting go of? Queen of Swords in reverse. And the Four of Wands. Not speaking on this foundation. We're getting over the disappointment of the avoidance, right? Not wanting to really speak on this foundation. And I think that's the person who's approaching this Empress, who's been avoiding speaking on the truth of, like, okay, I haven't been playing my part in this relationship, right? Or I haven't been the best of friend that I could have been to you, right? They're understanding that they really could have been better. I'm sorry, I know, it's disgusting. I feel disgusting. It's just one of those days. It's one of those days. And it's 111 on the clock. Can we start over? 111. Let's look at the Sun. This is when I want a camera crew and I can be like, yo, can somebody bring me a box of tissues, please? Thanks. Anybody? Anybody? Nobody? Okay. Queen of Pentacles. On the Sun, wow, this Queen, the Queen who's dealing with the Empress, and it did feel like two feminine energies. The Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords is the same individual, but this Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Swords energy, both in reverse, were definitely working out of their shadow in the past. This individual is probably the taker in the dynamic, and that's why this Queen was giving to their detriment, really wanting to be cared for, be given to, right? And they're seeing that now. they're seeing their own insecurities. A Queen of Pentacles in reverse is someone who doesn't have that sense of safety, sense of security and sense of groundedness. And that's why they gravitated towards this Empress energy. And with the Sun there, that's what they're realizing. So let's look at the Four of Wands. I'm not taking all of these. Six of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Yeah, with the Six of Pentacles, that's them understanding that now they want to go ahead and balance out this dynamic. They want to invest as much as they were being invested in. And with the Three of Wands there, it's the opportunity to start anew, right? It's the opportunity for them to have a new path, that their ships are coming in, that they can have this dynamic with this Empress and have it be healthy, have it be balanced. Because the Six of Pentacles is the equal give and take. It's an exchange of energy that is a six. It's balance. It's harmony. It's very nice. I love that. I love it. Let's look at the Three of Cups. The Star in reverse, Aquarius energy. The Fool in reverse and the King of Swords. So now we have the King and the Queen of Swords. So we do have a true pair going on here. So these two are probably very strong soulmates. It doesn't mean that it has to be romantic. It could be a friendship. It could be a family dynamic. Regardless of the form of the relationship or the nature of the relationship, it's just a very strong relationship, right? But with the Star and the Fool in reverse, this does feel like second chances, especially with the Star in reverse. Typically, I take that as missed opportunities, but with the Fool here, it does feel like second chances to me as a reader. The King and Queen of Swords, though, tells me that these two people really struggle to communicate. It almost feels like a lot of clashing of the ego, a lot of, not just miscommunication, it really just feels like clashing of egos, like people emotionally shutting down, where they almost cannot read each other and they're almost anticipating how the person's going to react because they're seeing them in an old form of themselves, right? So let's say I've known you for 10 years and it's been now 15 years. In the last 5 years, you've done a shit ton of healing and you become a brand new version of yourself. But I still see you as the person that I knew 10 years ago. I don't see you as the person that you have become over the past 5 years. That is what's going on here. They're not seeing each other as the people they have become. They're seeing each other as the people they have known for the past 10 years, which it's hard to see people at times. Well, that's actually me instilling a limiting belief. It's not hard. It's a choice to see people with fresh eyes. They need to choose to see each other with fresh eyes. They need to choose to see each other with fresh eyes. That's what's going on here. Okay, because this communication that's going on, it's just miscommunication because they have an old history dubbed over a current situation and it's creating a lot of distortion. But there's an opportunity for the second chance. But as a King and Queen of Swords in reverse, they're not seeing things clearly because they have the past dubbed over the present, and that's not the reality of things, right? So let's look at Temperance. Ten of Swords and the Ace of Wands in reverse. Yeah, release the old cycle. Ten of Swords, release the past, because that's what's standing in the way of the Ace of Wands. You have a 10 and an ace, the ending and the beginning. But we can't have the beginning because we're still holding on to the 10. The last 10 years, right? That decade of pain and struggle and deceit and lies and hurt and old version of selves. I'm not negating anybody's path because everybody's journey is going to be different, but I'm just saying it is a choice to see people with fresh eyes. Let's look at the Empress. Because again, general reading, right? I know everybody's got a different journey with this individual, and some of them are very difficult. Empress and the Devil. Yeah, there's attachment going on here. There's a little bit of codependence. Not a little. There's a lot of codependency going on here. And it's almost like two people that are like, well, I don't want to be around you. Well, I don't want to be around you either. And then yet, boom, they come back together, right? Well, I don't want to deal with you. And they just keep coming back. They keep coming back because they don't know how to not deal with each other. But yet they perpetuate this very toxic cycle because It's like, well, we need to do this and we need to do that. And they talk about how to heal the connection, but then they only heal it for like a week or two and they fall back into old habits. Because it's almost, there's this lack of trust. There's the lack of trust and the lack of faith that the other person's going to hold up their end of the bargain. So they default back to the old ways of doing things because they have doubt in the other individual. And so then they're like, well, there's no point in me continuing what I'm doing because they're going to mess up anyway. But that's just assumptions. It's assumption. It's the ego. It's the ego trying to protect you because of your fear of getting hurt. Ooh, yeah. I know. Yep. Let that one just sink in for a second. I know. It's hard though. That's hard, but that's human nature. That's what the ego is supposed to do. The ego is literally meant to protect you. It's something that is built during childhood to stand at the guard, to guard the gate, to be there to stop anything that is meant to scare you or hurt you. But there is a point in time in adulthood where you need to realize, is it my ego that is driving this train or is it me? I name my ego Shannon, and anytime Shannon starts driving that train and I'm like, yo, Shannon, chill out. I got this. You can go sit in the corner. Calm down. I don't think it's that serious quite yet. And if it is, I will call you and I will let you take the lead. But right now, you gotta just chill the hell out. Have a little glass of wine or something. Okay? Let's look at this Empress. Get another, because this feels like a lot of codependency and a lot of ego getting in the way between these two people. Yep, Eight of Pentacles, and there's a lack of determination, because the Eight of Pentacles speaks to diligence, right? There's a lack of determination and diligence and effort. I'm always working on this relationship. I'm always the one trying to do X, Y, Z. I'm not saying you're not, but I am saying that at times both parties play a role in this dynamic, and both parties are going to slip up, and it takes two to frickin' tango, and it's time to hold yourself accountable. Are there times where you feel that the other person is not holding up the end of their bargain, and in turn it makes you not want to hold up the end of yours? And so in turn, you stop doing the work that you want to do to make the relationship better. Well, if they're not going to do what they're going to do, then I'm not going to do what I'm going to do. That's the ego. That's the ego. That is the ego. I'm just telling you what it is. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what it is. Okay? Let's look at the Chariot. And this Empress is getting fed up. They're just fed up because they are an Empress, but now they're working out a distorted feminine. We have two distorted feminine energies going on here. Chariot, Nine of Pentacles. Okay, and in order to move forward, these people just need time apart, because this is what happens when you have two really deep soul connections with people, especially codependency. You need to separate. You need time apart, because by energetically separating, not only are you going to find self, but they're going to find self. And by having your energy separate, you're going to have space to evolve, right? So it's kind of like when you're squeezing a sponge. If you're codependent and you're squeezing the sponge and squeezing the sponge, is the sponge ever going to expand again? No. But if you let the sponge go, if you separate yourself from the sponge in your sink, it turns back into a nice little rectangular or square sponge again. Because you're not squeezing the living hell out of it. Just like you're not squeezing the living hell out of your partner or your family member. You're not codependent on each other. You're not suffocating each other's energy. You're letting each other expand. You're letting each other grow. You're letting each other find your original form again. You're turning back into a sponge. Okay? Nine of Pentacles. The way to move forward is to find yourselves again. Have your own space. Have your own energy. Be alone for a little bit. The world will not end. It will not come crumbling down. You will feel secure and confident and independent and capable, right? Because now you're going to be setting boundaries. And that's when the healing occurs. Temperance, balance, boundaries, moderation. Very nice. Let's look at the Four of Swords. The sponge theory. Queen of Wands, Page of Cups in reverse, and the Empress. So there's the bottom of the deck is death. Yeah, okay. So these two feminine energies, we have the Empress and the Queen. They're both upright. I like that they're now feminine energies that are not distorted. That's a very good thing. But they're lying to each other about how they feel. Page of Cups in reverse. They're not being very honest. They don't want to be vulnerable because there's a lack of trust going on here, right? And it's most likely because this relationship had to come to an end. It was toxic. It had to come to an end. Death, 5 of Wands in reverse, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This was dropped. It was too much drama. Wheel of Fortune in reverse telling me that this cycle was not meant to move forward. It was not meant to continue. And death there, it had to end. These people had to separate from one another. And it was only to their benefit. The Queen of Wands found their independence, found their strength, found their ability to stand in their power and manifest and be confident in themselves. And with the Page of Cups in reverse, it just speaks to how these two individuals did not have that sense of trust or vulnerability to really communicate in a healthy manner, which is fine. Sometimes just you don't mesh. You don't mesh. It's just a toxic dynamic, and it's meant to help you evolve, and then you gotta release it. This is a toxic dynamic meant to help you evolve, and then it's released. And now you're a beautiful Empress, or you're a beautiful Queen of Wands, and that's fine. It was meant to help you transform. That is it. That is it. Okay, my dear? This is what I have for you. I know, blunt, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, it's how I read, okay? I'm sorry if it was difficult to hear. I have hiccups, I'm sorry. But I love you. This is what I have for you. If you want a personal reading or a Reiki session, go ahead, book it down below. I do apologize for being so nasally and sniffly and disgusting. It's just one of those weeks. And if you want a personal reading or Reiki session, there's a discount code for 15% off all the services. I do have free 15-minute readings on Patreon right now, so go ahead, check that out. And if you want your monthly reading off Patreon, but just your monthly reading, check out Vimeo. I do have them for sale on there as well. And like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can see when I post and when I go live. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.